Hello everyone, today, we will experience a unique and exciting journey to Alaska, which is famous for its thriving seafood industry, especially salmon fishing. Alaska, with its floating glaciers and wild nature, is not only a beautiful place but also a place that provides an abundant source of salmon, contributing significantly to the U.S. seafood industry. You may already know that salmon is a fish that is not only delicious but also has great nutritional value. This trip will give us a different perspective on the fishermen who are working hard on fishing boats in the open sea. For those fishermen, each passing day is not only a job but also a part of life. A joy and pride in contributing to bringing resources from the sea to all parts of the country. In today's video, you will witness the entire process of catching salmon with a large net, from the preparation stage until the fresh salmon are loaded into the ship's hold for preservation. This is a job that requires coordination, resilience and experienced skills. We will see the strength of the fishermen when facing difficulties at sea and the optimism they bring with them on each trip away from home. Salmon is not only a popular fish in Alaska, but also a symbol of the abundance of natural resources here. Salmon are migratory fish. They are born in freshwater, but will move to the ocean when they are adults and only return to their home rivers to spawn. This creates a unique life cycle for salmon. And it is this life cycle that has attracted the attention of biologists as well as seafood businesses around the world. In Alaska, salmon fishing is not only an economic activity but also a cultural feature. Closely associated with the lives and lifestyles of local people, salmon has long been an important food source and brings great economic value. With high protein content, rich in omega-3 and essential nutrients, salmon is always sought after in domestic and foreign markets. Therefore, the salmon fishing and export industry has become a significant source of income for the state of Alaska and contributes to creating jobs for thousands of people here. The salmon industry in Alaska is also famous for its sustainable management methods. Every year, the government and fisheries management organizations carry out strict control measures to protect this resource, ensuring that salmon production is not overexploited. This is also the reason why Alaska salmon is always highly appreciated not only for its quality but also for its sustainability. Fishermen here adhere to strict regulations to protect the marine environment, maintain traditional occupations and protect salmon resources for future generations. The history of salmon fishing in Alaska dates back hundreds of years, when indigenous peoples relied on the sea and its abundant resources. Over time, fishing methods have changed and modernized to meet the growing demands of the market. Today, large vessels are equipped with advanced technology, allowing Alaskan fishermen to fish more efficiently and safely. Using large nets is one of the popular methods for catching salmon. This is an effective tool that helps fishermen harvest large quantities in one trip, while minimizing the risk of fish loss. However, operating large nets requires high knowledge and skills, because even a small mistake can cause the net to tear or ruin the entire fishing trip. Therefore, Alaskan fishermen must be thoroughly trained and have practical experience to master this important tool. In addition to large nets, fishermen are also equipped with modern positioning systems, helping to accurately determine the areas with the most abundant salmon. Other support equipment such as cranes and net pullers are also integrated on board to support quick and effective net collection. Ensuring that products are brought into storage in the shortest time. In the vast and harsh Alaskan Sea, salmon fishing requires fishermen not only to have skills but also to have a strong will and outstanding endurance. Every day, they have to face adverse weather conditions and lurking risks. making each sea trip a real challenge. Alaska is a place with a cold climate all year round, with strong winds and large waves. In winter, temperatures can drop very low, creating ice and snow on the deck, making work difficult. Moving and handling become more dangerous. Fishermen often have to work in icy conditions and face the risk of slipping or falling when the boat is rocked by large waves. Severe weather makes fishing difficult and requires high concentration to ensure the safety of the whole crew. In addition to the weather, the danger from marine life is also a big challenge for fishermen. High waves, strong currents and other ocean factors can create unpredictable hazards. Large nets and fishing gear can also have problems when hitting reefs or underwater objects, increasing the risk of accidents. Therefore, fishermen must always be alert and know how to handle unexpected situations. In addition, salmon fishing requires long periods of time away from family, with many long nights at sea. Each sea trip can last from several weeks to several months, depending on the catch and weather conditions. Life on board lacks amenities, and they have to face unexpected storms and long working hours without adequate rest. However, the solidarity and optimism of the fishermen always help them overcome these difficulties. They see each trip as an opportunity to gain experience and challenge themselves. In times of difficulty, solidarity among members of the crew is extremely important. The fishermen are always ready to support each other, share the work and work together to solve problems that occur on the boat. Team spirit and determination help them overcome the most difficult moments, keep the boat steady on the waves and protect each other's safety. Salmon fishing with large nets requires a complex and carefully executed process, with many elaborate steps from preparation to harvest. First, the fisherman will plan the trip, consider the weather conditions and carefully check the equipment on the boat. This is an essential step to ensure everything is ready for a long fishing trip. Once in the salmon-rich waters, the fishermen will begin to cast their nets. Large nets are usually cast into deep water and spread out to maximize the chance of catching fish. Operating the net requires close coordination between the fishermen to ensure the net is cast in the correct position and avoids collisions with reefs or underwater objects. Once the net is deployed, the fishermen will use positioning and monitoring devices to monitor the position and depth of the net. This is important, because if the net goes too deep or is off-center, the fish will not be caught, wasting time and effort. The fishermen are always on deck, constantly checking and adjusting the net when necessary. This work requires patience and high concentration, because just a small mistake can ruin the whole fishing trip. After a period of time, when a large number of salmon are caught in the net, the fishermen will begin to collect the net. This is a labor-intensive step and requires the support of a net puller. The net is pulled up slowly, avoiding damage to the fish and minimizing loss. When the net is pulled up, the fishermen will remove the fish from the net and put them into the ship's hold to prepare for processing and preservation. During the harvest, each fisherman is focused and works in harmony, from the person operating the net puller to the person removing the fish from the net. The fresh, shiny salmon are transferred to the storage compartment one by one, preparing for the next processing step. The feeling of seeing the results of their labor after hours of hard work is an incomparable joy and pride for the fishermen. This is the moment when they feel that all the difficulties and challenges at sea are worth it. After the salmon is pulled up from the net and put into the ship's hold, the processing and preservation process is carried out immediately to ensure the freshness and quality of the fish. This is an extremely important step, because salmon needs to be properly preserved as soon as it is caught to retain its natural flavor and inherent nutrients. First, fishermen will classify salmon according to size and quality. This classification not only makes the preservation process easier but also facilitates the distribution process later. Large and good quality salmon will be selected for export or sold at a higher price, while smaller or average quality salmon will be processed by other methods. Next, the salmon will be put into cold water tanks or crushed ice right on the ship to cool quickly. This is one of the important techniques to prevent the natural decomposition of fish. With low temperatures, bacteria can hardly grow, helping the fish stay fresh longer. The cooling process must be quick and continuous, because even a slight delay, the quality of the fish will be affected. Modern salmon fishing vessels are often equipped with storage compartments with advanced refrigeration systems, helping to maintain a stable temperature throughout the journey at sea. In addition, to keep the salmon at its optimum freshness, some vessels also use the vacuum method. This is a process of packing the fish in vacuum bags, helping to minimize exposure to air and prevent oxidation. Salmon that has been processed through this step will have a longer shelf life without the need for additional preservatives. For long sea trips, fishermen also apply saltwater preservation measures. The salmon will be soaked in diluted salt water for a short time before being cooled. This method not only keeps the fish fresh, but also helps the fish meat to be firmer and have a more attractive color. Once all the salmon have been carefully processed and stored, fishermen will arrange the holds according to regulations to maximize space and keep the fish from being crushed or damaged during transportation. Reasonable organization and arrangement of holds is very important, especially on large fishing trips with hundreds of tons of salmon. Just a small mistake, such as not ensuring the right temperature or not storing properly, can damage part of the product, causing significant economic losses for fishermen. The salmon fishing industry in Alaska today depends not only on labor, but also on the effective support of modern equipment and technology. With technical advances, Alaska fishermen can fish more effectively, reduce risks and increase productivity on each trip. Modern fishing vessels are equipped with advanced radar and GPS systems, helping fishermen accurately determine the location of large schools of salmon under the sea. Thanks to that, they do not have to spend too much time and effort searching and can access areas with abundant salmon faster. In addition, the sonar system is also a useful tool, helping fishermen see the fish under the water, thereby optimizing the fishing and harvesting process. In addition, automatic equipment Welcome to an exciting journey to discover shrimp fishing in the Alaskan Sea. In this video, we will learn about the unique method of catching shrimp using cage traps, a form that is not only highly effective but also environmentally friendly. This method requires the skill of the fisherman in setting traps, choosing bait and harvesting, helping to minimize risks and protect the marine environment. Let's learn how fishermen use cage traps and baits of small fish to attract and catch shrimp. Alaska is not only famous for its abundant salmon resources but also a sea rich in shrimp species, especially king shrimp and crayfish. The cold and clean waters of Alaska are an ideal environment for shrimp to grow. The shrimp here are not only large in size, but also have a special flavor thanks to the natural and pristine living environment. Alaska's fishing grounds have harsh climatic conditions, with low sea temperatures and strong winds. However, these are also factors that help shrimp species live at great depths, away from negative human impacts. This has created a sustainable aquatic resource, providing livelihoods for fishermen and high-quality products for the global market. The method of catching shrimp using cage traps is a long-standing technique and is highly appreciated for its efficiency and environmental friendliness. The cage trap traps are made of metal or sturdy mesh, cylindrical or square in shape, with an entrance but no exit. This makes it difficult for shrimp to escape once they enter the cage. Using cage traps has a major advantage of minimizing the bycatch of unwanted organisms and avoiding damage to the seabed ecosystem. Compared to other fishing methods such as trawls or purse seines, cage traps have less impact on the seabed structure and do not harm other aquatic species. Outstanding, always popular in the international market, especially in Asian countries such as Japan, China and Korea. In addition to bringing in large revenue from exports, this industry also creates thousands of jobs from fishermen to workers in processing plants and export companies. In addition, shrimp fishing also contributes to maintaining and developing the culture of coastal communities in Alaska, where shrimp is considered an indispensable part of their lives and traditions. To maintain shrimp resources and develop the fishing industry sustainably, Alaska fishermen strictly comply with regulations on the quantity and size of shrimp allowed to be caught. Authorities also strictly control fishing to avoid overexploitation, helping to maintain a stable number of shrimp in the wild. The method of fishing with cage traps also contributes to protecting the marine environment, helping to minimize interference with underwater ecosystems. Using resource conservation measures such as limiting the number of vessels and strictly managing fishing seasons are efforts by fishermen and Alaskan governments to maintain sustainable fisheries resources for future generations. How to set traps and check traps. Fishermen will choose trap locations in deep waters where shrimp often move to find food. They often drop traps from the boat to the seabed, ensuring that the cages do not capsize or get stuck. After setting the traps, fishermen will mark the location with buoys for easy identification and return to harvest. Every day or every few days, fishermen will return to check the cage traps. They will pull the cages up and harvest shrimp if any, then put the cages back into the sea to continue the fishing cycle. An important part of catching shrimp with cage traps is choosing bait. Fishermen often use small fish such as herring, silver carp or other common fish as bait. These fish have a characteristic smell, helping to attract shrimp from afar to the traps. Bait placement techniques and how to attract shrimp. Bait fish are often cut into small pieces or ground to easily release their scent into the water. Fishermen will hang bait in the middle of the cage so that the scent spreads, stimulating the shrimp to come. The scent from the bait fish will spread in the water, attracting the attention of the shrimp, causing them to come and enter the trap. The choice of bait fish also needs to be flexible depending on the type of shrimp the fishermen want to catch and the season. Different shrimp species have different eating preferences, and depending on the season, they may prefer a particular type of bait over others. After pulling the trap up, fishermen will harvest the shrimp immediately to ensure quality. The shrimp are put into the refrigerated compartment on the boat, where the temperature is kept low to preserve the freshness of the shrimp throughout the trip. After being stored on the boat, the shrimp will be classified according to size and quality. Large and high-quality shrimp are often selected for export or sold at high prices, while smaller ones will be distributed to the local market or processed into different products. Some vessels are also equipped with advanced refrigeration systems, which help preserve shrimp for a long time while still maintaining the product's fresh flavor and quality. Technology plays an important role in improving the efficiency of shrimp fishing. Modern fishing vessels are often equipped with GPS and sonar systems to detect large schools of shrimp under the sea. This system helps fishermen accurately locate where there are many shrimp, reducing the time and fuel needed to search. In addition, modern vessels also have automation systems, making it easier for fishermen to pull traps and handle shrimp. These devices not only help fishermen save labor but also increase fishing productivity, minimizing risks when working at sea. Shrimp fishing is not only a stable source of income for fishermen but also an important part of the Alaskan economy. Alaskan shrimp, with quality and size,